Campbell a good 80 in the first innings. He's experienced in first-class cricket, 62 matches, and that's a healthy average for an opening batsman, 41.72.
And it beats Harvey at Gully, and they quickly take a single.
Interesting field.
Sensational. Let's hope he does it again from our point of view, the crowd's point of view, not from the Victorian or Australians' point of view. Oh, that's another good ball. Bringing the batsman forward, beating him outside the off stump. And a fine opening spell by the two Victorians.
Yes, a good delivery. This one a little fuller and just straightened enough. And you can see the problem Sherwin Campbell has. He should have been a lot further forward than what he was. Hit the ball in the middle of the bat.
And this time he cuts. That's a good shot. Out through point, just forward of point. And up the bike track for 4. He loves playing that shot, doesn't he? Anything wide, he'll be quickly onto it.
Just 2 deliveries to go in the day's play.
And immediate time, I think, for experiment.
Well, that found the shoulder of the bat in similar fashion to how he did Lara yesterday. He got some bounce. We've seen some keep low. That's got him on the finger. So 216. Get these and play fair.
Well, Sherwin Campbell, again, because he gets back so very square, once the ball does anything at all, he's going to be in a position where he could do absolutely nothing with that. That was very well bowled by David Saker. Pitched, straightened out, with a pass over the top of middle stump.
And he successfully fends away the last ball of the day's play. The umpires lift the bails and the players head off after a very long day. 175 runs to win tomorrow for the West Indies with 9 wickets in hand. Brian Lara has survived a pretty torrid session out there. He's batted for exactly an hour for 14 runs, and what a struggle it's been. He faced 55 balls, and that's the equation for tomorrow. 175 to win with 9 wickets in hand. Dean Jones surveying the pitch.
First things first, they'll be looking for Sherwin Campbell and Brian Lara to put on a nice, strong partnership.
Now Campbell on strike. And driven through mid-on. There's nobody there. The chaser comes from mid-off. They've got 2. And Saker's throw can't prevent 3. Oh, it might. He might be run out here. Third umpire being brought in.
This is very close. Brian Lara calling for the third. David Saker was just picking up the ball. He didn't have to throw it that far. And that's going to be very close. He didn't slide his bat. He actually put it in. Now, the point here will be, is the bat on the ground when Brad Stacey takes the bails off? You can see Lara here is starting to struggle. He isn't grounding his bat. I would think by that he may just be home. Let's have a look at this side-on view. This will be a better view for us. Brad Stacey gets the ball there. He's coming. Oh, it's desperately close. If that bat isn't grounded, Brian Lara is gone. If it is on the ground, he's home. Sorry, I've made a bit of a blue there. It's Sherwin Campbell that's in danger of being run out.
Safe. Not
Brian Lara, and he's still there. So benefit of the doubt to Sherwin Campbell.
Oh, pulled beautifully by Campbell. No need to run for that.
Yeah, that did go up pace, didn't it? Sherwin Campbell's strength is his back foot play. Doesn't seem to come a long way forward when he's driving, but he gets well back when he's pulling and hooking. Just evading the stumps, a little off balance. That was probably more the wind than anything else, and that crashed into the fence. You can see here 16 no balls and that lot of extras. It's a lot.
That's beautifully hit, and it beats Saker. Saker was on the ground, so Stacey has to give chase. And they're back for 3. Man out in this innings was Griffith, who opened in the absence of Samuels, who wasn't well yesterday. Whoa! And that's popped up and got him on the hands, and he was taking the hand off the bat. Well, you don't want to see that. One kept low to Lara, nearly bowled him. And look at this one.
It's really gone through the top. Look at that rise so quickly. Played quite well in the end by Sherwin Campbell. Look at that lift. No batsman can expect that. In the end, that's pretty well played. No short leg in, so a little lucky to get away with it, but well done.
Wide of the off stump and slashed for 4. Well, he didn't quite get it off the meat, so it won't go for 4. Airsfield's just inside the line. Good running. They come back for the 3rd.
There's real urgency there amongst the West Indies with their running. It's good to see as he delivers.
Well, they're playing their strokes, and that is a glorious cover drive for 4.
It's a little different to last night. Last night they found it very difficult, the West Indies, to score runs, and you would have to say the Victorians are on top. Probably unlucky not to go home with 2 or 3 wickets on board. This morning, Sherwin Campbell and Brian Lara have been vicious on anything that's a touch wide. That was just wide or too wide of the off stump. And Sherwin Campbell gave it the full Monty.
He had to work hard to keep that one out. That completes Rifles over.
West Indies could be very busy, Dennis Waite, the physio, with fingers and wrists after this particular game. I don't think I've remembered in this entire tour batsman being hit so often.
Come on, let's go.
Through the slips. And that'll be 4. Well, a couple of slips in place, and it just found its way through the gap. So a boundary to complete that Harvey over.
It's a vital catch to drop, of course, and that's the disappointing part of it for Victoria. But these things happen. It's the beauty of the game. You get another chance.
In the air and wide of the outstretched hands of David Saker, who's been introduced into the attack.
Well done, good throwing, well done, good throw.
3 to Sherwin Campbell. So the variation in pace and bounce on this wicket, even more evident here on day 4. That's over the top. That's gone a long, long way. Lofted cover drive. Excellent stroke from Sherwin Campbell. He's not going to be fazed at all at the fact that he's lost his captain. Still going to play aggressively out there. And really, when it's in his area, he does give it a whack.
He certainly does. The width is what he likes. If you pitch up and give him width, he'll attempt to drive you or loft you over the covers. If you're short with width, he's very adept with the cut shot and the pull shot. Very much a back foot player.
Oh, this time along the ground. That's a beautiful stroke, equal to the cover drive that Lara played this morning. That raced away. So one lofted shot, and this time showing that he can do it along the ground, and he split the gap like a surgeon's knife between point and cover.
Brought up his half century. That's a ripper. Plenty of wrist, eye. And watch this ball, the young fella. Oh, didn't take a backward step, but did he? Kept coming at it.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Just rocking back onto the back foot. Gives himself a little bit of room and hammers it through forward point. The boundary doesn't even bother to move. That is the signature shot of this young man, and he plays it magnificently.
Just a bit too short, Paul Rifle, and too wide, much too wide. Sherwin Campbell will hit this 5 times out of 6 to the boundary. It gets him out a lot of times, but more often than not, he's successful, and he's just on the back foot, and he just punches it directly on the line. That's as square as you could get. Hard to set a field for that.
And one of the few times that Rifle has erred in line and length, just give the guy a rap, and there's no doubt in the world he'll bowl one wide for you. At the moment on strike, Sherwin Campbell is leading by example with strokes such as that. He's an aggressive little player. Every time there's a loose delivery, You have to admire him. It may go in the air over the slips cordon and wide. It's sometimes unorthodox, but he puts it to the boundary. That's his 10th four. Oh, that is a superb shot. Just rocks onto the back foot and smashes it away just behind square. 4 more off the bat of Sherwin Campbell. Takes him onto 83. And the West Indies do 4 for 174. 42 runs short. That was a beautiful stroke once again. Lehman from South Australia, Sean Young from Tasmania, Jamie Cox, boundary 4. Brad Stacey back into the attack and just dropping short. Sherwin Campbell is in scintillating form at the moment.
So let's see whether David Saker can make the breakthrough. Not with that. That's 4.
There hasn't been enough learning, I don't think, Drew. We spoke prior to lunch the strengths of Sherwin Campbell, and that's one of them. And unfortunately, the Victorian bowlers have kept peppering him there. He's just fantastic, particularly as his innings has gone on. He's hardly missed one there. Now, they've got to get at least 2 feet in closer to the off stump.
Just short of 4 hours at the wicket.
Come on.
Oh, and just short of slip.
Come back, Sherwin.
Looking for the second, they'll get it. He moves to 96. Harvey at first slip. I'm saying just short of first slip. I'll be interested to see the replay.
Safely say it hit him on the shin before any hand got there whatsoever. You watch this, it went at pace, bang, into the ankle before he got the hands down. He was standing a little high at slip.
18 seconds off world pace, and that proved to be correct. And that's through, and that's a century for Campbell. The second century maker of the game, and he's top scored in both innings. Well played, Sherwin Campbell.
He certainly has. A well-deserved century to Sherwin Campbell. He's been patient today. He batted late in the afternoon yesterday at the West Indies through a torrid period, and he's cashed in today. That's a good 100, 14 boundaries. I'd love to see a graph that they'd be all square of the wicket on the offside. Maybe a couple of pull shots you could put in, but 161 balls, not bad time either. Sherwin Campbell can be well happy with what he's achieved here in Wangaratta, an 80, followed by a 3-figure score.
Come on.
And he's got that one through. May not quite go all the way. It's going to be touch and go, but no, they're going to have to run them. They have 2, back they go for a 3rd. Good throw right over the stumps. David Saker, the fieldsman. He's a good all-round competitor, this fellow.
West Indies have done a very good job on a wicket that hasn't really been favourable to batting. In this second innings, that is smashed away. And all the way into the fence again. That young fellow nearly got taken out. And a back foot drive again from Sherwin Campbell. And Mikey gets himself into such good position to play this stroke.
Yes, as I mentioned, he's continued to impress. He loves them outside the off stump, but back he goes. And when he winds up, he gives it plenty. And picking the gap out through that offside field, 2 in pursuit. And it was almost the end of him. The kids here have had a great time over the last few days. The West Indies now 5 to win. And this time he'll go out through mid-wicket. Quickly into position again, taking it from outside off. It was short and hammered away, and the worst they can do now is tie it. Must have made him feel very good after what happened in the first innings, and then Samuels as well. So 2 wickets for this fellow. And there's the winning run. Just to make sure he sends it all the way to the fence. So Jimmy Adams scores the winning runs for the West Indies. They win it with 6 wickets to spare. And almost 3 hours of play to spare in this match as well here at Wangaratta. So Sherwin Campbell, what a fine knock that's been.